Hi folks, and welcome to Schick Happens. In today's Ohio Country Life vlog, I'm just taking a walk around the property. It's very late December. It's unseasonably warm here. We actually have a good bank of fog that rolled in this morning. And I just thought it'd be nice to take a walk around the property and kind of check things out now that most of the hunting seasons have died down. Just check out the property. Right now I'm back here in the marsh. Behind me is a muskrat hut, house, cabin, depending on where you grew up, what you call them. But this is a structure that the muskrats build in the fall, and then they reside here. There's probably a half dozen of these in my marsh, and while I do trap, I haven't for the last couple years, and I have caught a lot of muskrats over the years. I try to leave these go in this marsh because they do a really good job of keeping the cattail in check. I don't want the whole wetlands and marsh, just a solid bed of cattail. These muskrats help keep it open. But what irritates me is the mink population here. Mink love muskrat. And there's a huge pile of scat here, and I'm not sure if you can see this hole here, but a mink burrowed in here and probably wiped out this whole colony of muskrats that had built this house. I know they gotta eat, it's the circle of life, but it really irritates me when I get a nice surplus of muskrats in here, and then this time of year the mink get in and just annihilate them. There's only a couple inches ice on this, and that's in the good spots. And given the weather that we're supposed to have here over the next few days, I have a feeling this is going to be open water again soon. I'm not sure if you can see it in the camera here. All this gray on the ground, that's otter scat. Full of fish scales, eating all the fish in my water back here. And I don't think our otter season opens up for another 2 days. I don't know, maybe with this ice on here now, maybe they moved on, but I think that's wishful thinking. It wasn't too long ago when I was up by the barn, we had some high winds and I heard a loud crash back here. I kind of figured it was this tree. I was hoping it'd go the other way, but it went this way across the dike, so maybe this afternoon I'll get the chainsaw out and get this cleaned up. Behind me here is one of the patches of sorghum that I planted earlier this year. Just one of those strips of food plots for the deer and for cover for pheasant. And just walking through some of these strips, the deer got it about 90% gone. When we did get some high winds, it blew down the taller stalks, making it even more accessible for the deer. I really like including sorghum or milo as part of my food plots. It's a great source for the deer in the winter. Not so much for protein like beans and corn, but it does offer some sugars and carbohydrates for them. I'm just happy to see they're eating it. This spring, when these strip of oak trees here started budding, I picked up some tree protectors for them, just to keep the deer off of them. I'm glad I did that, and there's about 70 other little saplings that want to do the same thing this coming spring. And those are relatively cheap, and trust me, well worth it if you have deer rubbing up against these in the fall during the rut. I need to get a bunch more of those. This little Austrian pine got hit by a deer. I don't know, he might be hardy enough to make it. Did a number on this Norway spruce too. They did a number on this one. Even Charlie Brown's Christmas tree looks better than this. That picture look familiar? That's in the banner up above in my YouTube channel. That was a picture of my dad on my Kubota about 2 months before he passed away. So that's why that picture appears in my banner on my YouTube channel. Just in honor of my dad. Well, thanks for joining me today here at Schick Happens on this Ohio Country Life vlog. I just wanted to take an opportunity with a little bit warmer weather, foggy as it is. It's still pretty nice out. And it's going to get up into the high 40s today. And I think in the 50s tomorrow, which for the end of December, this is just unseasonably warm. But anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. And if you haven't already, please subscribe.